there's time that's running out. Do you guys want a poem called Swans Up or a poem called Insistence?
Swans Up!
Swans Up? It's a bit longer.
Yeah.
And you asked for it.
Swans Up.
Okay.
Yes.
Anne only writes funny poems. Yes, they end. Poetry comes from the Greek word poesis, which means it's a verb. That's a verb, and it's to make things and to continue life. So when I'm making poetry and creating, I see it as a means of taking a moment that has meant something to me and continuing on another form in terms of relating to others. Sometimes I too think the snow plowed through me, life flushed, if you could choose how long. Silk just given away, my medium. You ate the cake and felt we stumbled into something bigger than ourselves. For me, I think in a lot of my poems, there's a moment of like epiphany and love and excitement and like, I'm not ever trying to be like, this is like, I discovered this, but like there's that feeling of when you do discover something, like you're the only one that knows this and it's really exciting, but in reality, it's like, we all have those moments all the time, and I think it's really important to like acknowledge like I'm just as like girly or neurotic or over dramatic as you are. That neuroticness, I love it, and it's really funny to me, and I think when I make poems, I want to like just extend myself to as many people as I can in terms of that. In my bed, the sad but true world of deep-fried Oreos. In my mind, often you. Everyone's different, but this season was made for me. Half shaved, I don't hate bacon. 2 Vin Diesels and a ginger ale to go. And my dog in her last harness, Hominy Desert Dream, will wait for Nomad. Thank you. It's kind of branched off into other names. I call it different things. It's often we called it, for a while I was bringing in visual art from friends, and it was called emotional art, where any kind of art that expresses emotion is welcome. And did that for a while, but definitely over the past 2 years, it's gotten bigger, and it's gotten to the point where it's not just Pratt kids, it's friends that go, people that go to NYU, people that aren't in school. I really want it to just be anyone can come and anyone can read, and so people like heard about it, and I mean, whenever I meet someone, I always, it comes up, and I always invite people that have never, because there's a stigma with poetry that it's just like cold and dry and distant and old, and or just like or angsty, just like high school diary stuff, and it could be, but like I love it. The poetry readings also are just like a social thing. It's just like, when we all get busy with whatever we're doing, a chance for everyone to just like come and hang out and like and to think about art in a way that's like, you're not judging each other, but you're not judging each other in terms of like, this is silly that you're making. It's kind of like a respectful way of hanging out, and this is what I've been doing.
I'd like to acknowledge a few people before I start. Lancelot is here, everybody.
We're acknowledging you.
Mike Smith is here. We got John over here. Let's play over John. And we got a great show tonight.
Are you just naming people?
Pat Song is here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Annie's here. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna read my...
I always want to be a night where like it's lively. I think poetry is just so it's just not meant to be, for me, it's not something I like to keep to myself. So yeah. I started this new thing called Tired of Writing Your Own Poem. What I have people do is I have you email me 3 words, any word that you want. You email me those 3 words, and in 1 week I'll write a poem, and with those 3 words in it, and that poem will be titled Your Name. So I also wanted that feeling of, how many times in life are you going to be able to say like, there's a poem written about me? I know I'm more of you than I'd like to admit. Please don't think I've strayed. Nothing should stop me. The mist on this bridge is super. I am 20 today. I want trees. The sparrow mouth in the middle of our cul-de-sac, named him Odwalla, like the sheikhs. This is our dad, and he forgets birthdays. The bird dies. The street stops like lupus, like a night.
I'm motherless again, the bug is missing a leg. What about a road trip? The baby in the park reaches a hand out to me, and I act like I don't see it. This is the reason, and that's